It's time for Class 3 state sectional baseball from Deer Lake Park in Licking with the Wildcats and the Forsyth Panthers. This game is brought to you by the Licking Chamber of Commerce, Lewis & Sons Automotive, Town & Country Bank, Licking School District, Town & Country Supermarkets, Agra Enterprises, Friend True Value, the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, Ray Pharmacy, S&R Insurance, Fox Funeral Home, Frosty Treat, Hildreth Painting, and our season sports sponsors. Let's get you to Deer Lake Park in Licking for the pregame show. First pitch coming your way at about 5:30.
And welcome back to Deer Lake Park here in Licking, Missouri, where we are going to join a game in progress. Licking, Class 3 sectional round, the state baseball tournament. They currently lead the Forsyth Panthers 7-0. Connor Harbin here with you today, Z102.3. Last night didn't get a conclusion, as we of course had some lightning move on into the area, had very little rain. In fact, I wouldn't call it a rainout, but the lightning. It was the lightning that was the issue, continuing to flash out in center field and right field. Again, it was about 5 miles away or so. It was definitely close enough to postpone the game. Every time it struck, we had to delay the game just a little bit further, eventually deciding it was better to call it off. Apparently the radar didn't show much promise for that storm system to move on through. So, in the end, they postponed the game here to today. But it's going to be an interesting case here for the Licking Wildcats. Like I said, they've got a big lead over the Panthers here. We are going to start in the bottom of the third. We're going to start right where we were at when the game was called yesterday here. There's going to be a man on first with 2 outs. But you can't take your foot off the gas. It was something I talked about with a couple of people here. It's definitely an interesting case. You've now had about 24 hours to think about it, a little less than 24 hours. You can't come into this game really thinking it's a 7-0 ball game. Obviously, you have the lead. You have a little bit of a cushion here, but you can't come in expecting to cruise. Today is a new day. You've got to still continue to play at your best because you've still got a lot of baseball. It is just the bottom of the third, so you really have to make sure you get it done and continue to really put your foot on the gas and kind of continue to extend upon that lead. You still need about 3 runs really to kind of get into that run rule territory. So there are going to be some changes here in the lineups for Licking, should say, and of course also Forsyth as well. We'll try to get them as they come along. It looks like Licking going to make quite a few defensive changes. Of course, it's just like resuming play, so you kind of make defensive substitutions in the middle of an inning. That's basically what this is. And so Licking will also have a new player on the mound as well. They did not give me a lineup card, so we're all just going to kind of, like I said, find out together. I'm being told it is going to be Silas Antel, but we'll wait and see if that's going to be confirmed. Obviously, we're going to find out real quick. He has the baseball in his hand, so I'm going to assume that that is for sure going to be the case. Big thank you to all of our sponsors. You know I had a day in between. Again, forgot my list. I don't know why that slipped my mind. I told myself I was going to grab it, but of course, big thank you to all of our sponsors, both our season sponsors and our Licking sponsors as well, for joining us as we follow the Wildcats through the playoffs this season. And again, like I mentioned, we now know every other game in the tournament finishing up last night. We were actually the only game postponed due to weather. In fact, I was talking to my dad yesterday as Licking now takes the field. It will be Silas Antel on the mound. But as I'm talking to my dad, it was a little bit surprising because there wasn't really a whole lot of severe weather. But again, that lightning really just kind of affects everything. So here we go. Silas Antel on the mound here. Malachi Antel will be behind the plate. Over at first base, you are going to have Rusty Buckner. He will take things over from there. Over at second base, it looks like that is, I'm trying to get a number over there. We'll get it for you here in just a moment. Yesterday it was Keaton Rennie. I think that's 16 over there, so it looks like Rennie will still be over there at second. Keaton Cook, he'll move on over to shortstop. Again, he pitched quite well yesterday, but did go over the pitch count, so he is ineligible to pitch in this game. And then over at third, taking over there, that'll be Keller Davis. He moves over from shortstop yesterday. Out in the outfield, Cannon Buckner will now be in right field. As far as I'm aware, Cole Wallace stays in center field. And then out in left field, you'll still have Austin Stevens as well. So those are your changes as far as Licking goes. We'll try to keep up with Forsyth when we get to the top half of the fourth. Again, as Silas Antel continues to go through his warm-up tosses. 2 outs, man on first. Of course, Keaton Cook started out the inning. We can now officially close the book. Actually, no, we can't on Cook with that runner over on first. Still technically his possibility has been, or guess I should say his responsibility. That's the right word I was looking for there. It's been his responsibility now for, again, about 24 hours. Haven't had this situation for quite some time. So it'll be Mason Campbell over on first. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. Next 3 men up for Forsyth, starting with the outgoing pitcher, the starting pitcher yesterday. That would be Tristan Hunter. So again, Connor Harbin here with you, Z102.3. Kind of a different pregame than usual. Obviously no time for ad breaks. Didn't have starting lineups. Didn't have the national anthem. We're just getting going here. 2 outs. Mason Campbell on first, and Tristan Hunter stepping up for the second time here in this game. Trust me, it's a very, very weird feeling. Kind of just join a game in progress like this. But Hunter will step in, batting from the right-hand side of the plate. 0 for 1 in today's game. First offering, swing, foul tip into the glove, and we'll go 0-1. So again, Hunter, the outgoing pitcher, lots of strikeouts, but unfortunately didn't have too much control in yesterday's game. That was really his crux. Gave up 8 walks in that game. By that game, I mean this game. See, I'm already messing it up here. Here's a deep fly ball out to center field. Playable, though. Wallace is underneath. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So the longest third inning I think I've ever had. 22 and a half hours, but it ends in a fly out to center field, and that'll send us to the top of the 4th. For Forsyth in this bottom of the 3rd, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. That'll move us now to the top of the 4th. Licking leads Forsyth 7-0. You're listening to Licking Baseball in the Class 3 State Baseball Tournament right here at Z102.3.
Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the products and services and savings they offer their friends and families, like eClub. Sign up today and keep up to date on special promotions and events. Log on to tcmarkets.com and find every store's weekly ads right at your fingertips. Print off coupons to save even more money. Check them out on Facebook. Browse recipes too. Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the area youth and proud to be a part of their communities.
Hi, this is Lauren at Agri Enterprises in Licking. We have great cash discounts and 0% interest on many Mahindra models. Better traction, higher lift capacities, and heavy-duty components. The #1 tractor in the world delivers superior performance for farming in these rough Ozark hills. So come see Pawpaw at Agri Enterprises in Licking or call us at 1-800-653-7152. Let Mahindra Tractors cultivate your dreams.
Pawpaw looks forward to hearing from you soon.
Friend True Value in Licking is your locally owned hardware store. Proud to be a member of the True Value family and here to serve the community. Whether you're the pro or taking on a do-it-yourself home improvement project for the first time, Friend True Value is right there in your neighborhood with the expert advice, tools, equipment, and the products to get the job done. They strive to supply construction and hardware products that satisfy the needs of Licking and the surrounding communities. Besides all your hardware needs, they do chainsaw sharpening, key cutting, glass cutting, screen and window repair, and power tool repair. You have a friend at Friend True Value Lumber. Come in and see them today.
And back here once more, Deer Lake Park, top of the 4th, 7-0 our score here in this one. Licking leads Forsyth. Keller Davis at to the plate. 7, 8, and 9, bottom of the lineup to get things going here for Licking. Davis takes his 3rd trip to the plate here today. He takes the first pitch low, 4-1. Next offering on the way from the pitcher Aaron Gross. Also misses the zone, and we go 2-0. Gross came in tail end of yesterday's ball game. Here's a high fly ball out to right center field. That's going to get through for a base hit. It's going to be cut off there in right field as Davis trips down first base. I don't think he was going to be able to stretch that into a double anyway, but he's got himself a leadoff single. Davis, who was 0 for 2 yesterday with 2 strikeouts. Well, maybe the delay did him some good. Got a pitch he likes and sent it out to right center for a base hit. So Davis is aboard, and that brings us to designated hitter Garrett Gorman. First pitch to Gorman here, fastball down the middle, it's strike 1. Like I said, though, Aaron Gross came in, 3rd inning, replaced outgoing starter Tristan Hunter, got the fly out to end the inning, and that was the only batter he had faced. Pickoff throw to first. Davis gets back in time. Continue to wait the 0-1. Gorman at the plate. Cannon Buckner on deck. 0-1 now delivered. Breaking ball staying high. And it's 1-1. So again, one Gross pitching to another. You've got Braxton Gross behind the plate. That's right. Antel throwing to Antel on the other side, too. That's pretty fun. 1-1 misses low and away, and it's ball 2. Jarrett Walls still over at first. Aiden Clavinga over at second. Mason Campbell at short, and Tyler Strahan over at third. They actually did not make any defensive changes. 2-1's a fastball high, and it's 3-1. So out in left field, you've got Tristan Hunter. Center field, Zach Strahan. And out in right field, I do believe that actually may or may not be Nick Guy out there. Next pitch on the way, 3-1. Fastball down the middle, and we go full 3-2. Looks like that might be a double-digit number out there, so might not actually be Guy out there. We'll see if I can catch a number at some point here in the next few innings. 3-2. Here's another high fly ball sent out to right center. This one might be playable, though, and it is as Strahan gets underneath and makes the catch for out number 1. So Gorman gives it a ride, but unfortunately, a little too much air underneath it. Means we still have a runner on first here with 1 down now for Cannon Buckner. Buckner again now playing out in right field. So we get a pickoff throw over to first. Davis back in time. Buckner 0 for 2 in today's game. First offering to him here misses low, and it's 1-0. Buckner popped out to first in the second inning. He then struck out on a drop third strike. Was thrown out trying to move over to first. Another pickoff throw here before the 1-0. We wait the 1-0. Here is the pitch. Taken high, ball 2. On deck here, top of the lineup, Cole Wallace. Get past that point, Keaton Rennie waiting on here. Next one. That caught the outside edge here. Make it 2-1. Caught enough of the plate there for strike 1. It's Gross. Right-handed thrower comes set. 2-1 now. That one's definitely outside. And we go 3-1. Another good crowd on hand here today in Licking. Of course, free baseball today. This game being joined in progress. 3-1's taken for strike 2. We'll get a second straight full count. Free baseball. Didn't have to have Misha tickets today, so people taking advantage of that. Of course, much better day than yesterday. So here we go. Here's a pop-up. This one won't leave the infield. Who's going to call it here? It'll be the pitcher, Gross, who makes the catch for out number 2. Second time Buckner's popped out in this game, this time to the pitcher. And so with 2 away and that runner still on first, top of the order now, here's Cole Wallace. Wallace is 1 for 3. He's now had an at-bat in every inning in the game thus far. Got things going as he takes a first pitch strike here for strike 1. Got things going in the first with a leadoff single. He later scored, part of the 2 runs in the first. Lined out to center in the second, struck out looking in the third. 0-1 coming up now, breaking ball, too high, ball 1. Licking has scored in every inning today, but that at risk here. Pickoff throw gets away from the first baseman Walls, not far enough though to move Davis over. Had to slide back into the bag. 2 run the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third. Something to note, though, a lot of Licking's runs here have come with 2 outs. Inning's not over until it actually is. Next pitch, that one swung on, missed, and we go 1-2. Blew the fastball right on by him. That 3-run third inning all came after 2 outs. 1-2 now. Here's a line drive, back up the middle, base hit. The 2-out base inning's been there. That one gets by center field. That one's going to advance a runner here. The play's going to have to be at second, but it's not going to be in time. It's an error out in center field to advance the runners 90 more feet. It's second and third here with 2 outs. That's the 5th error committed today and yesterday by Forsyth. I'm going to have to learn to adjust to that. I can't keep saying today. But it turns what would have been just a simple single for Wallace into a two-bag play. And again, meanwhile, Davis does move all the way to third. So it's an error on the center fielder. And now it's Keaton Rennie at the plate, not RBI opportunity. Rennie today is 0 for 2. He's representing 2 of the runs, though. He's been able to get on base. Next pitch, almost wild, but Braxton Gross behind the plate, keeping it in front of him, 2-0. Struck out looking in the first, reached on an error in the second, stole second. Advanced to third on a wild pitch, was brought home on an error. And then walked in the third, and was brought around by a 2 RBI single by Rusty Buckner. 2-0, also misses, and it's 3-0. Licking today, 7 runs on 6 hits. That was one of the big stories from yesterday, was just that Licking really just kind of took advantage of Forsyth mistakes. 3-0, taken all the way. It's going to be in there at the thighs, and it's strike 1. So another 3-1 count here. We'll see if we get 3 straight full counts. Nope, that's going to be ball 4 outside, and the bases are loaded. So, this is a situation we've become familiar with. Bases loaded. We've had lots of bases loaded situations in this game. In fact, this is the 3rd of 4 innings. Licking's had the bases loaded. And to the plate, number 3 hitter here. Man behind the plate, Malachi Antel. Antel, it's 1 for 1. 3 runs scored today. First pitch, too low, ball 1. Represents 3 runs. He singled in the first, he walked in the second, and walked in the third. Antel gets on base, though. It's usually a pretty good sign. Next pitch, that one finds the outside half, and it's 1-1. Rusty Buckner on deck. He's having himself a good game. Silas Antel waiting on in the wings. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Gross now. Outside, ball 2. Outside, a little bit low as well. Antel ahead in the count here. Can afford to be picky, looking for one that he can drive to the outfield. Next one. That one, yep, outer corner. Strike 2. 2's on the board here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded here. Licking's left 8 runners on base today and yesterday. Here is that 2-strike pitch. Outside, full count. And, well, I said it yesterday too. I'll get treated my favorite play in all of baseball, the carousel. 3-2, 2 outs, bases loaded, everybody's running. As soon as that pitcher makes his motion home, everyone's taken off. Only second base covered here. Gross comes set, the payoff pitch. Line drive, right field, but it's caught. Second baseman Aiden Clavinga reaching up and making the grab. And unfortunately, Licking will find themselves scoreless here for the first time in this contest. So, for Licking in the 4th, no runs on 2 hits. There was an error. 3 runners left over on base. It's still a 7-run lead, though, as we head on into the bottom of the 4th. Forsyth trailing Licking here. Back in 90 seconds, you're listening to Licking Baseball in the Class 3 State Baseball Tournament, Z102.3.
At Town & Country Bank, we are committed to providing exceptional service to our customers. We do more than just provide loans for our community. We help make dreams become a reality. Whether it's a new home, farm, business, or a new car, we would love the opportunity to help. Stop by one of our 10 locations and let our friendly lending team remind you how special hometown banking can be. Smart, friendly solutions. Town & Country Bank. In Bourbon, Salem, St. James, Rolla, and Licking. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Turn on the heat. Call AirServe Heating and Air in West Waynesville and get your existing system checked and serviced. If it's time to step up and get a new system, the Luxair high-performance heating and air equipment is top of the line. Luxair sets the standard year in and year out with new features and innovations in the industry and has since 1954. Your Luxair system is just a phone call away at AirServe Heating and Air at 433-3613 or stop by the office on Historic Route 66 in West Waynesville and ask about the Luxair Advantage.
Mountain Dew Zero Sugar asks, ever wonder what it would be like to live in an alternate universe? One where everything seems to work just the opposite of the way you'd expect? Well, friends, welcome to the alternate universe of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. The taste is nothing less than outrageously delicious. And Mountain Dew Zero Sugar comes in awesomely exhilarating flavors like Original Dew Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew Spark Zero Sugar, and Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero Sugar. Try the incredible flavors of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Zero Sugar, all dew.
Back here, Deer Lake Park, bottom of the fourth, coming up here, 7-0 our score. Licking leads Forsyth, this Class 3 sectional round game. It'll be 3-4-5, middle of the lineup here. For again, relief pitcher Silas Antel. First pitch, offered up here, popped it up, off behind us here, slightly to the right, and it's out of play for strike one. Again, we went through the defensive arrangement for the Wildcats here. Antel on the mound. Antel behind the plate. Rusty Buckner at first. Keaton Rennie over at second. Keaton Cook over at short. 0-1 missing outside. 1-1. Keller Davis at third. Austin Stevens left. Cole Wallace in center. Cannon Buckner over in right. Still the same 9. Just move them around ever so slightly. 1-1 now. Another pop-up behind us. And it's 1-2. So we can't officially close the door here on Keaton Cook. Again, started last night. He eventually goes 2 2/3. Gives up no runs, no hits. Strikes out 5 in that game. Here's a 2-strike pitch. Another foul ball off behind us. And we'll stay right where we're at. Had 1 walk as well. So a good performance for Cook, but unfortunately did throw too many pitches last night, so couldn't continue into today's game. So Antel trying to pick up that mantle and keep the line moving. Next 2-strike pitch. Here's a ground ball over to short. Picking it up over there. Throw to first is not going to be in time. In fact, it gets by. It's going to be an infield single. I think he was going to be called safe anyway, but throw wasn't quick enough to get over there. Keaton Cook over at short. It's kind of a slow roller. And so that's your first base hit today for Forsyth.
16.
Coming here in the bottom of the fourth. Putting a man aboard. Braxton Gross on. Here's the pitcher, Aaron Gross. See how Licking plays around the base runner this time. First offering, right down the middle. Strike one here to, again, Aaron Gross. Gross 0 for 1, struck out Licking in the second. First time he's seen Antel, obviously, today. About a 3-step lead over there for Braxton Gross. Next pitch. Didn't miss by much, 1-1. Zach Strahan on deck. Next offering here. Low and inside. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Gross a 3-step lead over on first. 1-strike pitch. Check swing. Going to say he held up in time. They'll appeal. No swing. 3-1. Hitters count here. 3-1 to Gross. Antel coming set from the stretch now. Here's a swing. Pop up. This one is going to be right in front of us. No, it's going to be caught. The crowd completely fooled me. Everybody was clearing house, and obviously I couldn't see it because of the press box here, but that one stays in the park, and there to make the catch is Malachi Antel. Huh. Well, how about it? So that'll be out number 1 here. That'll get the crowd alive here. Presume lots of students in front of us. Student section, as I'm being told. It's the first pitch here to Zach Strahan. Swung on, miss for strike 1. And we're all starting to clamor and scatter. But then, Antel, who I really should have been watching, simply puts ball in glove. 0-1 here to Strahan. Misses outside. It's 1-1. Strahan, he's looking for an at-bat in this game. He walked his first time up. Got to second on a ground ball out, but was left stranded there. 1-1 now. Another fastball swung on and missed. Got him to chase one up high. And it's 1-2. Strahan pretty tall down there. That one up the ladder. Couldn't catch up to it. Antel looking for his first strikeout in this game. 2-strike pitch. Outside. Malachi Antel keeping it in front. 2-2. On deck here, Tyler Strahan. Again, we got lots of, I presume on the Forsyth side, siblings. Having to use first names a lot today. 2-2. Swung on, miss, strike 3. Antel again goes back to the fastball. Earns his first strikeout today, and so there'll be 2 down. Runner still over on first here. Now Tyler Strahan. Tyler Strahan, 0 for 1. Grounded out to second. Ground out over to Rennie. First pitch taken here. Fastball down the middle. Strike 1. Next pitch coming through. Swung on, missed. Antel threatens to throw to first, but we go 0-2. I'd say focus on the hitter. 0-2 here, 2 outs. Looking to wrap up this 4th. Does he have the strikeout pitch here? Here it is. Popped it up. Tried to get him to go up the ladder there. May have actually been outside the zone. But Strahan having to protect the plate. Sends one to the right and out of play. Get a second helping here at 0-2. Reminder, winner plays Stockton. They won yesterday over Lamar. 0-2 coming up here, again fouled off. If Licking wins, they will be traveling to Stockton. And I did receive confirmation today that I will make that trip too. So I'll be over in Stockton tomorrow if Licking does win this ball game. And then pretty much we'll be following Licking as long as they're in. Next 0-2, that one definitely up high. About eye level, 1-2. Update from Class 1 side of things. Told you St. Elizabeth, one of the teams we're tracking. They beat Liberal 6-4. A little bit closer than I thought it would be. But they do overcome. Next 2-strike pitch. Here's a soft ground ball over to third. Moving up on it, though, is a Licking, but they throw it away. That one's definitely going to be an error here on Licking, and that keeps the inning alive. It'll be first and third. An error here on Davis. We had to make the throw in a hurry. It was another slow roller. But the throw, too low for Buckner to handle it first. So Strahan reaches on an error. E5 it'll be. And Braxton Gross will move all the way to third on the play. It'll be runners at the corners here. Still 2 outs. For right fielder Nick Guy. Guess I'll pull up the Class 3 bracket. Let you remind you about what else we had from yesterday's slate of games. First pitch here, swung on, missed, chased it high and outside. It's strike 1. At this point, every team's pretty good. St. Elizabeth was definitely the favorite team in that game, but obviously Liberal has to be a pretty good team to get to the Final 8 themselves. But the Hornets do move on as here's a foul ball here on 0-1. It's now 0-2. So, Class 3. Actually, we may have to save it for the next half inning, depending on what happens here. Tell you what, we'll see about this pitch. 0-2. Up high, taking ball 1. Portageville, 30-win team this season. They won 6-5 in 8 innings over Scott City, so they're through. They take on West County, who also won in extra innings, 3-0 over Valley Park. Ellsbury plays South Callaway, who beat Frisco League team Dixon yesterday. Here's the 0-2, swung on, missed, and that'll end the inning. So, despite the error, Licking's able to work through and leave those 2 runners stranded. Second strikeout for Silas Antel here today, second one swinging, and that'll move us on into the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 runners left on base here for Forsyth in the 4th. Top of the 5th coming up here. We'll go over the rest of the bracket when we come back. Back in 90, you're listening to Licking Baseball in the Class 3 sectional round right here on Z102.3.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Rennie Pharmacy on Deer Lake Road is the only independently family-owned pharmacy in Licking. They carry a large assortment of vitamins, home health, and over-the-counter products. Rennie Pharmacy offers great services such as drive-through, adherence program, free delivery, medication management, and immunization services. Rennie Pharmacy is open from 8 to 5:30 Mondays through Fridays, 9 till noon. On Saturdays, call 674-2955 or check their webpage. Just Google Rennie Pharmacy and see all they offer.
S&R Insurance of Licking with agents Kyle Smith, Jamie Howell, and Brad Johnson are your local agents. You always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and savings. And as your needs change, your agent will be there to make sure you have the right protection. Located at 129 Main Street in Licking, S&R Insurance is there when you need them. Give them a call today, 573-674-2713. S&R Insurance of Licking.
Top of the 5th here at Deer Lake Park in Licking. 7-0 our score. Licking leading Forsyth. Runners at the corners for Forsyth in the bottom of the 4th, but Licking able to persevere and get the strikeout they need. So, see if Licking can add some runs here in the 5th. 3 runs and things get interesting. But first you have to get a runner aboard here. Rusty Buckner, first man up to the play here as he takes a first pitch strike. 0-1. 4-5-6 coming up here. Buckner, who for the first time today comes up with nobody on. See if he can get things going. Ground ball third base side, but foul, and it's 0-2. Buckner today is 2 for 2, 3 RBIs. 2 singles, an RBI in the first, 2 RBIs in the third. Second inning, he walked, but was stranded on third. 0-2 delivered now. Here's a fly ball off to the right. He'll get it again here at 0-2. Promise you we finish the rest of the bracket. Of course, we know Stockton defeated Lamar 9-3 yesterday, so they await the winner of this one. That leaves us one other game. Here's the next 0-2. High and inside, ball 1. It'll be Barstow and Lathrop. Barstow defeated Colcamp 6-3, and Lathrop defeated Tri-County 10-6. No run rule games in that first round. Next pitch, getting away and make that 2-2. Of course, we'll wait and see if we get any Class 2 scores today. We'll probably be one of the first games to finish up. Maybe. With us already being in the 5th inning and all. Here's a pop-up behind us. This one's definitely behind us. And we'll get another one at 2 strikes. Yesterday's game was not moving at a very quick pace at all. Remember, we had our Dixon final score before we even reached the third. In a game that allegedly started at the same time as us. 2-2. Once more coming up. Taken high, ball 3. From 0-2, now it's full. 3-2. But we'll see what happens with Iberia Ashgrove. Might just have to tell you tomorrow. So here's a high fly ball to left field. That one is gone. He got all of that 1.5. It's a solo home run for Rusty Buckner. And the Wildcats lead 8-0. He got all of it. You can't leave pitches hanging against Buckner. And he proved it there. Sent that one all the way to the batting cages. Make it 8-0. Woo! Unfortunately, nobody else on, but he'll definitely take the solo shot. Again, it's not the smallest field here in Licking, but that one was a no-doubter. Whew. So, 1 run across here. We'll see if Silas Antel can pick up the pieces here, pick up the pace. Antel, how did he get out? Not Silas Antel, but obviously Malachi Antel. Malachi lined out to second base. That's what it was. Filling out the rest of my book here. 1-0 count to Silas Antel. Make it 2-0. Not a whole lot of wind, by the way. When it blows, it is blowing out, but I really will tell you, I don't think the wind had anything to do with it. That one caught the sweet spot. 2-1 here, make it 3-1 now. Another pitch low and away. Antel looking to draw maybe perhaps his 3rd walk in this one. He's reached all 3 times today. 2 walks and reached on an error as well. 3-1. Here's a line drive sent out towards center, and it gets down. Just past the outstretched glove of the shortstop, Campbell. And Antel follows up with his first base hit of the day. 8th hit of the game for the Wildcats. Man on first here for Keaton Cook. Might get a pinch runner here. We do. For the pitcher, Antel. See who comes out for the Wildcats. Carson Walker. So Walker to run here for the pitcher, Antel. See if they do anything with the courtesy runner over there. See if they try to steal. Of course, we know the man behind the plate today, Braxton Gross, he's got himself quite an arm. Watching him warm up today. He can launch that one. First pitch here, though, to Keaton Cook is swung on, miss. Strike 1. Both Grosses, in fact. Obviously, Aaron Gross showing some heat. In fact, might have worked against him there on that home run. Pickoff throw over to first, but Walker dives back. Now there's a fastball down the middle of the plate. Again, Buckner jumped all over it. Next pitch runs inside, and that's going to hit him. Caught Cook between the shoulder blades. He'll take his trip over to first. He's had a rather simple time getting on base today. And yesterday. Promise that's the last time I'll do that. I'll probably break that promise, but it's first and second, nobody out here for Keller Davis. I was going to say, Cook, 2 RBI day. He's walked twice with the bases loaded. Back to the first and second. He flew out to right in the third. Latest trip, hit by a pitch. Keller Davis back to the plate. It's where we started today. Picked up his first base hit. Single out to right center field. Left stranded, though, on third. 1 run across in the inning. The monster home run for Rusty Buckner. It's a 1-0 count here at the plate. Next pitch, outside this time, 2-0. 8 runs, 8 hits today. Forsyth, they've committed 5 errors. Licking has left a lot of runners on base, mostly due to their success at the plate. Here's a foul ball sent to the right, and it's 2-1. And they've left the bases loaded today 3 times. And yesterday. It didn't take me long, I know. Yeah. Left 2 runners on back in the 3rd. So getting base runners not the issue today. It's just maximizing it all. 2-1 catches the outer half, 2-2. 2-strike count here on Davis, who has struck out twice. Next pitch. Check swing. Did he go around on it? They'll appeal. And they're going to say he did. Wow. Not sure over there, but guess he broke the plane, and so that will be the strikeout. That'll be out number 1. I don't know about that one. But continues on here. Licking, still a runner in scoring position. Now with Garrett Gorman trying to advance that runner. First pitch here. 1 hops the plate, ball 1. Looks like we may have a pinch hitter coming up here. He'll be hitting for Cannon Buckner. Tell you who that is if we get to it. Next pitch, taken at the knees, strike 1. Gorman 0 for 2. He's hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. Later scored. 1-1 now. Caught a piece of it, but fouls it off, and it's 1-2. Gross trying to limit the damage to just that 1 run. Lead-off home run. One, 2 now to Gorman. Popped it up. Right side of the infield underneath. Cleveringa makes the catch, and that's out number 2.
Number 27, Cale Cook.
So Gorman pops out to second, and that brings us to Cale Cook. Batting from the left-hand side here. Pinch hitting for the number 9 slot, Cannon Buckner. We'll see if that leads to any defensive changes. But bringing in the left-handed batter to face the right-handed pitcher. So let's see what Cale Cook can do. We're a big fan of other similarly named players. Keaton Cook, Cale Cook. Keaton Cook over on first. Slightly open stance. First pitch of the at-bat. Swung on, popped it up. Left side here might be playable. Forsyth underneath it and makes the catch. And quickly ends the inning. So that'll end things here for Licking here in the 5th, but a solo home run for Rusty Buckner means they do add on to their lead here. They now lead the Panthers of Forsyth by 8. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and there was 2 runners left over on base. Bottom of the 5th, now coming up here. Again, 8-0. Licking leads Forsyth. You're listening to Licking Baseball in the Class 3 sectional round right here, Z102.3.
If you're looking for auto repair and Licking, you found us. Here at Lewis & Son Service, we work hard to earn your trust and loyalty. We know how important it is to find a Licking car service you can rely on, so your satisfaction is our top priority each and every day. Lewis & Sons of Licking, proud of the Licking Wildcats and wishes them the best of luck in today's game. The 38th Annual Licking Chamber of Commerce Rodeo is coming June 2nd and 3rd with the Outlaw 5J Rodeo Company. There will be pre-show mutton busting for ages 8 and under both days at 6:15. Rodeo starts about 7. Friday is Senior Citizens Night and Military Night. Saturday, a rodeo parade at 2. Crafted food vendors and entertainment from 9 to 4. Saturday night is Pink Night. Chris Piles is the announcer. Josh Foster is the funny barrel man who will entertain the crowd. Don't miss the 38th Annual Licking Chamber of Commerce Rodeo June 2nd and 3rd at the Licking Rodeo Arena. Mailbox It in St. Robert is now your complete shipping headquarters. Mailbox It is a UPS authorized shipping agent. They can ship your package UPS, accept UPS drop-offs, and can accept UPS returns with a shipping label. Add FedEx and the United States Postal Service, and why go anywhere else? Mailbox It is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Mailbox It is a copy, print, and document service center. They can even print your photos and canvases. Mailbox It, 213 Suite 3, St. Robert Boulevard.
Come and go in Waynesville. Back here at Deer Lake Park, here in Licking. 8-0 our score, bottom of the 5th. 1-0 pitch here to Dylan Jennings. Just missed the corner. We go 2-0. 8-9-1 coming up here for the Panthers. Again, Licking adding a run to their total. Still a home run, top half of the inning, Rusty Buckner. So, trying to hold on to that lead. 9 outs at this point in time. 2-0. This time finds lower outside corner, and it goes 2-1. Trying to advance that quarterfinal round. Playing tomorrow, if they do advance. Stockton Tigers await. Silas Antel still on the mound. 2-1 now. It's a fly ball. Lots of power behind it, but sent out of play to the right. 2-2. Lots of Forsyth faithful off to our right, making the trip once again. Not the longest trip between Forsyth and Licking. It is quite a bit of ways. 2-2. Up high, ball 3. Of course, distance from point A to point B might not be so far, but when you're talking about the Ozarks, you're talking about the hills, it can be a bit. Full count here to start off the 5th. Antel comes set, payoff pitch on the way. Grounded and foul, left side, stays alive. Antel getting himself through the 4th inning, did give up the leadoff single, but for the most part kept the ball in front of the defense. It was an infield single and then an error to allow the 2 base runners last inning. Trying to avoid giving up the walk here. Next payoff pitch. Ground ball over toward short. Keaton Cook up on it, has it. Taking his time on the throw. Again, it's low, but this time Rusty Buckner's there to dig it out. And make the catch for out number 1. They're not making it easy for Buckner over there today. He's having to stretch out there. Buckner, a tall guy. Those throws low, they're gonna stretch him out a bit. But that'll be a 6-3 put out on Jennings. Retire for the 2nd time today. Bringing us to Aiden Cleveringa, who also grounded out to short his first time up. First offering outside, and it's ball 1. Cleveringa 0 for 1 today. Till next pitch. Just missed high, and it's 2-0. After this, top of the lineup, we'd have Mason Campbell. He'd be the last new batter. Then we get back to where we started the game today. 2-0 now. That one's too low. Make it 3-0. 3-0 here. Tell a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone. Here's that 3-0, taken all the way, but delivers a fastball down the middle, 3-1. Looking playing far back here. Middle infielder's almost near the edge of the grass in the outfield. Trying to keep these ground balls in front of him. Next pitch, here's a ground ball back up the middle, another slow roller, Cook up on it. Has to hurry with the throw, but it's there. 4 out number 2. Well, the challenge is playing far back. You have to charge up on those slow-moving ground balls, but Cook did so there. Sprinted up on it, fielded it in stride, rips a nice sidearm throw over to Buckner. 4 out number 2. So, 2 straight ground ball outs. And here's shortstop Mason Campbell. First pitch here to Campbell is swung on, miss, strike 1. I haven't had too much in the way of fly balls and balls that have left the outfield in general, or gotten to the outfield in general. I say that. Here's a high fly ball to center field. Underneath it, that's going to be Cole Wallace. Makes the grab and ends the 5th inning. So 1-2-3 goes Forsyth here in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Let's go ahead and move on into the about the top of the 6th. 2 innings left to play here in Licking with the Wildcats on top, 8-0. You're listening to Licking Baseball, the Class 3 sectional round, right here at Z102.3.
The trucks are coming in and coming in. Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville has vehicles on the lot with your name on it. Stop by and check out the selection. Take your pick and drive off the lot today with a new or pre-owned vehicle of your choice. Lowe Chevrolet can help you with financing, service, and so much more. Serving the community you live in for over 30 years. Lowe Chevrolet, off I-44, exit 156 in Waynesville.
Saying goodbye to those we love is made a little easier. Just knowing your memories are safely kept within Sunset Memorial Estates Cemetery. This is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Burial at our Sunset Memorial Estates provides the respect and personalized ceremony families expect and offers many options to military families, including personalized monument selection. For more information, contact Memorial Chapels and Crematory.
Nestled in northeast Texas County is the Licking R8 School District, home of the Wildcats. The Licking School District is proud of the accomplishments of their students with their efforts to excel in academics, sports, and community involvement. A town is only as strong as its residents, and the youth of the Licking community are the up-and-coming backbone of the area. The school district is also proud of the staff and administrators as they have risen to the top, continuing the education of the students in ways never heard of before. The Licking School District takes this time to say thank you to the community for helping with the education and the growth of the Wildcat student body.
Top of the order coming up here for Licking as we enter the top of the 6th. 8-0 our score. Wildcats lead the Panthers here in this one, here in Licking. But of course, as I mentioned yesterday, Licking playing the visitors. They lost the coin toss before the game, so they get to hit in the top half of the inning. It's the 1-0, misses low and inside. It's 2-0. Licking adding 1 run in the 5th. After being held scoreless in the 4th today. 2-0's taken. Strike 1. 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd. 1 time they've been kept from scoring. But even then, left the bases loaded. 2-1, up high, 3-1. 13 runners left on base today for Licking. If they hadn't scored the 8 runs, that might be a problem. But it hasn't, because they've gotten those runs. 3-1 gets away from the catcher. Wall's going to sprint down first. Braxton Gross going to run it down, though, so it'll just end up being the leadoff walk. So Wallace aboard here. Draws his first walk of the day. Reaches base for the 3rd time in this game. And here's Keaton Rennie. Rennie, who walked last time up, he's going to square up to bunt, lays one down the first base side. That'll work. That'll be the sacrifice. Now they'll flip it over to Walls at first, 4 out number 1.
Number 5, catcher Malachi.
So Rennie gets credit for the sacrifice, 1-3 the play. And with a runner in scoring position over on second, here's Malachi Antel. Antel, who was honestly pretty much robbed of a base hit last time. We saw him in the 4th. Hard hit line drive. Snagged out by the second baseman, Cleveringa. Trying to do the same thing, maybe a couple feet higher this time. Takes the first pitch well outside. It's ball 1. Rusty Buckner on deck here. We'll see what they do with Buckner. See if they pitch to him or not after that last at bat. Here's a swing, pop up. Right side, but out of play, 1-1. We haven't seen too many intentional walks this season. There haven't been too many opportunities for that. We did see one in a rather precarious situation in districts last week. 1-1 now. Outside, 2-1. Actually kind of ended up costing Plato the game. It was Plato versus Crocker. Intentional walk given up to load the bases and put a force in any bag. Walk the next batter. Bottom of the 7th. That's ball game. That was a good ball game, though. Here's a hard hit ball to the right, but out of play. We go 2-2. Had a lot of fun at district. Close games. A lot of exciting games. Insert other adjective here. 2-2 now to Malachi Antel, who again has also walked twice as well as singled in this game. 2-strike pitch, outside, ball 3. Full count here. 1 out. Let's see. Payoff pitch coming up. Again, Rusty Buckner on deck. Not the dangerous hitter. Payoff pitch, ground ball, back up toward the middle. That's going to be picked up by the pitcher. Gross flips the walls over at first. A second straight 1-3, this time no sacrifice. That'll be 2 down. So first base unoccupied here. Runner on second, Buckner to the plate. By the way, scoring update. Thank you, Father. Iberia Ashgrove tied 2-2, top of the 3rd. Remember, Ashgrove undefeated. Iberia 24-4 on the season. That's definitely a game between two juggernauts. They're going to pitch to Buckner here. See what Buckner can do here as he takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. So Buckner is 3 for 3, 4 RBIs, and a walk. Only represents one of the runs today, but he's certainly driven him home. 1-0 now. Is going to be a hard line drive into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. That gets by the left fielder as well. That's going to score the run. That'll bring Cole Wallace around from second. It's another RBI for Rusty Buckner. And it's now 9-0 in favor of Licking. Another 2-out run here for the Wildcats. Wallace was booking it around third. That's going to be an error on the left fielder to score Wallace. Otherwise, most likely would have held up at third. Forsyth's 6th error today and yesterday. And it's now 9-0. Buckner now with 5 RBIs. Pickoff throw to first. Ooh, close. But Buckner does get that hand barely back in there. Buckner actually an interesting and potentially important runner over there. If Licking somehow manages to bring him around, that's a 10th run. That makes the bottom of the 6th a do or die for Forsyth. First pitch here too. Silas Antel misses outside and it's ball 1. Remember, 10 runs after 5. We are in the 6th. So we're past that point. 1-0. Finds the mark, 1-1. Forsyth definitely would get an at-bat. They would get a bottom of the 6th. They are the home team. But it's something to think about. Pickoff throw again over to first, but this time Buckner, a little bit of a smaller lead than previously, able to get back quicker. One here. Here's a high fly ball to the left. That's got some distance. Is it gone? Yes, it is! 2-run home run for Silas Antel, and that makes it 11-0 in favor of Licking. So that makes the bottom of the 6th do or die here for the Forsyth Panthers as Silas Antel follows things up with a big fly to left field. That one also cleared by some distance. Not as high.
The 14 shortstop Keaton Cook.
Maybe not as far. But still a no-doubter. So 3 runs here in the 6th. Again, 11-0 now. All the runs have come with 2 outs. The 2-out base hitting has just been superb today. First pitch to Keaton Cook outside, and it's ball 1. I have to go back and count them up here, but how many runs today for Licking have come with 2 outs? Did receive some help from some errors here and there, but these last couple innings, it's been all Licking. Two 2-0 here. Gross coming through the motion, the pitch, low and inside, and it's ball 3. That's sometimes a danger when you throw heat. A faster pitch can be easier to drive. Antel and Buckner, well, they've shown that. 3-0, catches the outer half, and it's strike 1. Cook today, again, 2 RBIs, still no base hits, but he's reached base 3 times. Each time he's been left stranded over on first. 3-1, fastball, taken on the inner half, and it's strike 2. The one time he didn't reach base today, that was a fly out to right. Full count here, 2 outs. Nobody on, though, so nobody taken off, obviously. Payoff pitch on the way. Ground ball over to short. Campbell up on it, has it. Throw to first is a close play, and he's safe. Give him the infield single. Cook beats the throw down the line, and there's your first base hit today as he reaches base for the 4th time. It's got to feel nice for him after catching one between the shoulder blades, taking 4 balls in previous at-bats, and, of course, having a rather well-struck ball, even that fly out to right. I remember last night was pretty well struck. But he finally, well, beats one down the line. So, Cook on base. And now up to the plate, Keller Davis once more. Davis looking to keep the line moving here as he takes a first pitch strike. Davis, kind of all or nothing today. He's got a single, but also 3 strikeouts, so 1 for 4. Looking for his 2nd hit today. Pickoff throw to first, but Cook gets back. Next pitch, breaking ball, catches the outer half once more, 0-2. Next one here, the 0-2. Good eye by Davis, watches one outside, and it's 1-2. Class 4 baseball playing tomorrow. Defending state champ Springfield Catholic still in it. They play Nevada tomorrow. My alma mater, who picked up a big win over Monette. They're having a good year this year. Boonville, Excelsior Springs, Fulton, St. Charles West. Here's a half swing. Pitch might have caught the zone anyway, and that'll be strike 3. So that'll end the inning, but not before Licking picks up 3 runs, including a 2 RBI home run for Silas Antel. Could be the final half inning coming up here. Forsyth, if they want to move on into the 7th, they will need 2 runs to keep this game going. Will Licking stamp their ticket to the quarterfinals? We'll find out. But first, a 90-second break. You're listening to Licking Baseball, Class 3 State Baseball Tournament right here at C102.3.
Hey folks, Mike Freeman with Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert, where you'll always get more. With one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the area, you'll get more selection. With a friendly professional sales team, you'll get more customer service. And with incredible deals right now on every pre-owned in stock, you'll get more for your money. Come by Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert today or shop 24/7 at edmorsefordstrobert.com. And remember, you'll always get more when you shop at Ed Morse.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics. Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With the never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your Shelter Insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
They've been coming to satisfy their sweet tooth
Licking,
and appetites for over 46
chance to end it
years.
right
Frosty
here.
Treat in
Bottom
Licking,
of the
and that
sixth, they
continues
lead
today.
Forsyth
For nearly
11
half a
to
century,
nothing.
Families
So,
in Licking and surrounding
trying
towns
to secure
have
themselves the
enjoyed
run rule
milkshakes
victory.
from the
They'll
original
keep
milkshake
Forsyth
mixer
to
that was in the original
one run
building.
or
Burgers
less.
and shakes
2 runs,
are
and we
their
move on
specialty
into the 7th.
as the community
They'll be
gathers
facing
at
2,
Hood's
3,
Frosty
and 4.
Treat.
Silas
To enjoy
Santel
the
still in the
atmosphere,
ball game.
visit
He'll still
and
be
take
on the
in
mound
their
here.
delicious menu. Hood's Frosty Treat of Licking, 202 South Main Street.
First pitch
Proud
here
be
to
a part
Tristan Hunter.
of the Licking community.
Fly ball, but hooking foul. Off into the field. Have fun finding that one over there. They'll send somebody out there to go find it, but it's 0-1. Tall grass out there. 0-1, up high, ball 1. So it's Tristan Hunter, who's 0 for 2 today. Strikeout, fly out to center. Slightly open stance. Antel delivers the 1-1 now. Here's another fly ball sent off toward the field. Another assignment for our Forsyth player. That can't be fun for him out there. Just trying to find anything out there that might look like a baseball. 2-strike pitch, close, but crosses a bit too high for the umpire's liking. 2-2. Antel today, again, took over. Started with Hunter, in fact. He's got 2 strikeouts in this one. No walks just yet. Has given up 1 base hit. Next pitch, swung on, missed, strike 3. Forsyth down now to their final 2 outs. So Hunter strikes out, bringing us now to third baseman Braxton. Not third baseman, rather, excuse me. How about the catcher, Braxton Gross? So Gross stepping in here. He's 1 for 2. He holds Forsyth's only hit today. And yesterday. Hit actually came today, though. So, factually correct as the first pitch to fastball high, 1-0. Got as far as third before being left stranded. It was an infield single. Beat out the throw from short. (1-0) now on its way. That one looks good. Called as such. 1-1. Ball game got started at 5:30 today. Almost an hour old. Actually, we got started about 5:23, so we are just over an hour. Bottom of the 6th, 1-1. Swung on, missed, strike 2. Rose definitely wanted that ball. Might have been in his happy zone there, up in the zone. But again, Antel, who's throwing heat out there, blew it right by him. Trying to find a second straight strikeout. Comes set from the stretch, 2-strike pitch. Offered up, held back on it, pitch is called, strike 3. Gross didn't like the call. It's that outside edge that's been a killer for so many batters today. And Forsyth is down to their final out.
16, Aaron Gross.
And that'll be the cleanup hitter, Aaron Gross. So Aaron Gross, first man up here, last chance for the Panthers. Cleanup hitter 0 for 2 today as he takes a first pitch strike. Caught the outer half. Struck out looking in the second, popped out to the catcher. Foul territory in the 4th. Malachi Antel running it down. 1-1 the count. Next pitch. Breaking ball taken high, and it's 1-1. On deck here, if the inning continues on, Zach Strahan. Right now looking, needing to focus on the batter at the plate. 1-1. Again, too high, 2-1. Antel foregoing the windup. Nobody on, but just pitching straight up from the stretch. Worked out for him thus far. Behind in the count here, 2-1. Next one, swung on, missed, and Forsyth down to their final strike. Hantel a chance to strike out the side. Strike out the side and win this ball game for the Wildcats. 2-2 count, time call. Gross will step out here. Hantel will step off the mound. One strike is all you need. One out's all you need. For a date with Stockton tomorrow. Do they get it done here? Come set. Here is that 2-2 pitch. Up high, ball 3, we go full. Full count now. Walk, strikeout, base knock, fly ball, ground ball. What do we get here? Again, coming set. How about the payoff pitch? Fastball, strike 3, and that'll do it. As Licking moves on to the state quarterfinals, they'll be traveling to Stockton tomorrow. It's a 6-inning run rule victory as Silas Hantel strikes out the side and sends his team on into Stockton tomorrow. So, let's do what we always do. We'll take ourselves a couple minutes. I'll get my book in order for you. We'll wrap it up, and of course, we'll talk about what we're doing tomorrow. Because again, I have received confirmation we are going to Stockton tomorrow. I'll remind you about what that entails when we come back. But again, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for Forsyth here in the 6th. And Licking claims this one via run rule in 6 innings, 11-0. We'll be back here in about 3 minutes or so. You're listening to Licking Baseball in the Class 3 sectional round right here, Z102.3.
Mark, we need to talk.
Okay.
I need change.
But I thought everything was going so great.
Whoa, it is, Mark. I want to paint. That's all. Paint.
Paint?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we can paint. We can do that.
Sheesh.
If the changing seasons inspire you to do the same, Hildreth Painting can change the color of your home with the experience and expertise you deserve. All you do is pick the color. They will do all the work. Hildreth Painting of Licking. Call today for free estimates, 573-674-3977, or Josh at 573-201-8140.
S&R Insurance of Licking with agents Kyle Smith, Jamie Howell, and Brad Johnson are your local agents. You always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and savings. And as your needs change, your agent will be there to make sure you have the right protection. Located at 129 Main Street in Licking, S&R Insurance is there when you need them. Give them a call today, 573-674-2713. S&R Insurance of Licking.
When the chaos is over and the dust settles, it's a relief to see that big old tree you've always loved, still there, unharmed and confident. Confidence that brings about trust and comfort from a full-service bank right here in your own community. Your one stop for savings, checking, home equity and auto loans, and CDs and money markets. That's your protection from the storm.
The Bank of Iberia in 2 locations, Iberia and Waynesville. Come on in to the Bank of Iberia.
At Phelps Health Heart and Vascular Center, we're here to keep your heart healthy. Preventing, detecting, and caring for conditions like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, chest pain, and shortness of breath, the Phelps Health Heart and Vascular Center offers innovative care and cutting-edge technology designed to produce the best possible health outcomes for you and your loved ones. Visit phelpshealth.org to learn more. Phelps Health, your health, our mission.
Isn't this great? The 3 of us camping at our favorite spot?
Sure is, honey.
I sure do miss Grandpa. He used to love coming here.
I do too, son. Remember the motorboat stalled and he swam from shore to fix it? He always made sure we were okay. He was one of a kind.
Yes, he was. Miss you, Dad.
Fox Funeral Home remains its original location and continues to be family-owned and operated, providing hometown values and personalized service since 1931.
As the years go by, everything gets older. Even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Here at Deer Lake Park, here in Licking. This one's in the books. It's a run rule victory here today for the Licking Wildcats. They move on to the state quarterfinals. They defeat the Forsyth Panthers. Final score, 11-0. A couple of home runs, generating 3 of the 4 runs today picked up by the Licking Wildcats. But again, 7-0 lead coming into today. We talked about it in our brief pregame. Needed to come in today like it was a 0-0 ball game. Definitely could not afford to rest on your laurels and expect to win because of the fact you were coming in with a 7-0 lead. That did not happen here today. Licking came out. They immediately took care of business. Solo home run for Rusty Buckner. 2-run home run for Silas Antell in the 6th. And yeah, pretty much just took care of business here today. So some final lines here for you in this one. For Licking, 11 runs today on 10 hits. More runs than hits today. They do commit 1 error. Ultimately did not lead to much, but 1 error in the field. They left 14 runners on base. Licking definitely doing a great job today of getting those runners on. 14 runners on, it's a lot. But when you consider they also scored 11 runs, you can definitely kind of hand wave it today and say, well, everybody was getting on base. For Forsyth, no runs, 1 hit, 6 errors, and 4 runners left on base here today. Again, those errors definitely working against Forsyth here today. Definitely quite a few runs scored off those errors. In fact, 6 of the 11 Licking runs were earned here today, including 3 of the 4 today. So, big win for Licking. They move on to the state quarterfinals. So that means we will be traveling tomorrow. Like I said, we will be following Licking as long as they survive. That could be all the way, but for now, it's just the state quarterfinals as they will be traveling to Stockton tomorrow. Stockton with a 6-run victory over Lamar on, well, yesterday. So tomorrow, I believe it'll be, and of course they don't have a time for this yet, but judging by the rest of the games, the rest of the times, we'll keep you updated, but expect it between 4:30 and 5. In fact, one of the games is at 4:30. The other 2 are at 5. So stay tuned. Of course, maybe tune in tomorrow, 97.9 The Source. Marv, of course, he will know by then what time that game is going to be at. He'll give you an update there. But do expect it sometime around that 5 o'clock hour. Of course, pregame will start about 15 minutes earlier. Did not get an update from Iberian Ash Grove. Again, they are tied up 3-3 at the top of, 2-2 at the top of the 3rd. Last time I heard from that Iberia game. And, of course, St. Elizabeth, they did defeat Liberal down in Class 1, 6-4. The Liberal Bulldogs giving a good effort today, but St. Elizabeth, defending state champs, they do move on to the state quarterfinals themselves. So that'll do it for us here tonight. Don't think there's anything more to be said. I will see you tomorrow. But for now, for Dan and everyone else involved, I am Connor Harbit. Hope you enjoyed listening to this one as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you here tonight. Until tomorrow, you've been listening to Licking Baseball in the Class 3 State Baseball Tournament right here, Z102.3. Good night, everybody. Be good people.
You've been listening to Class 3 State Sectional Baseball from Licking with the Wildcats and the Forsyth Panthers. Our game has been brought to you by the Bank of Crocker, Memorial Chapels, Ed Morris Ford, Phelps Health, Seeger Toyota, Air Serv Heating and Air, the Bank of Iberia, Lowe's Chevrolet, the Marys County Bank, Shelter Insurance Agents Dave Howlett in Richland, John Gregory in Crocker, along with the Licking Chamber of Commerce, Lewis & Sons Automotive, the Licking School District, Town & Country Bank, and Town & Country Supermarkets, Agra Enterprises, Friend True Value, the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, Rainey Pharmacy, S&R Insurance, Fox Funeral Home, Frosty Treat, and Hildreth Painting. We hope you enjoyed today's sectional baseball game. Until next time, have a great evening.